This is the Life's Journey with Best Friends podcast. Listen as two best friends for over 40 years share our experiences, insights, and unique stories. Hi, BFFers. We talk a lot about aging ungracefully on our podcast and are always looking at ways to improve our overall health.
One of the ways to do that is to purchase quality products that are high in nutrition.
Natural Food Exchange is passionate about providing you with the highest quality, natural, and organic products. They are dedicated to promoting a healthy lifestyle through a carefully curated selection of nutritious foods, supplements, and wellness products.
Check out Natural Food Exchange in person at 39 Pleasant Street, Unit 1A in Stoneham, or visit their website, naturalfoodexchange.com.
Get 15% off of your order when you use the code BFF15 or use the QR code on our website at www.lifesjourneywithbestfriends.com. Hey BFFers, welcome back to another week of Journey with Best Friends. If you're just tuning in for the first time to us, thank you so much for joining us. I'm Noelle.
I'm Diana, and welcome.
So it's been kind of a crazy week for the both of us. If I am talking a little weird, I'm sorry. I just had a tooth pulled today. My mouth is completely numb.
It's like, not swollen.
Yeah, a little bit it is, but because I did some ice, I'm taking the ibuprofen. So, it's not an aging ungracefully thing. It's just my kids' teeth are all great. I took care of them. So, I have a couple of broken teeth and I was like putting it off. And I had a tooth that hurt. And no matter what I did, it wouldn't go away. So I went to the dentist and they're like, all right, the tooth is dead. We got to pull it.
Well, at least you didn't need a root canal. You know what I mean?
I think that's plan in place. I got to get a cleaning and whatever. So I go today and I have my tooth pulled. And I gotta say, it was so quick for the tooth to come out. I waited longer for the dentist and for the consultation that I did for them to take the tooth out. Like, I couldn't believe he took the tooth out. Although he did make me feel old because right before he left the room, he's like, okay, dear, you're all set. I was like, you say that to old people, right?
Yeah. Was he young?
Yeah, he was young, but still, I was like, I was so angry. So anyways, I got the cotton in my mouth. I take it out and I look in the mirror. Diana, I'm not sure if I made a mistake or they made a mistake. It is not the tooth I thought they were going to pull.
Shut up.
Yep. So I had
Do you think he pulled the wrong tooth?
I think so. So I had a broken tooth down here and it was the tooth next to it that hurt. And that's the one I thought they were going to pull. They pulled the broken one.
No, sometimes the pain travels.
Right. So that's kind of what I'm hoping. But as of right now, to me, they pulled the wrong tooth.
And well, imagine if they pulled the wrong tooth.
Right? Because my insurance only covers like one tooth every 7 years or some shit. So I'm going to have to wait until tomorrow till this all is not numb and so I can feel.
When do you go back to your regular dentist?
I will.
When?
I don't know. I'm going to call them tomorrow once I figure out. Yeah. Can you imagine?
I'd have him look.
I don't know.
How did they pull the wrong tooth? Did they take x-rays at the oral surgeon?
They took x-rays at the dentist and they sent those x-rays to the oral surgeon and they had it all marked off the tooth. So I don't know if maybe it was my misunderstanding, but when I'm complaining about this tooth hurting, I thought that was what they were going to pull. So I go into Dave. I said, babe, I think they pulled the wrong tooth. He just looked at me and started laughing. And he's like, only you. This would only fucking happen to you. I'm like, I know.
Well, I would be
beside myself.
I think I'd be in panic mode right now.
Well, I am a little bit, but I've kind of calmed down because I can't feel anything. Anyways, like drinking this, when I tell you, like,
are you drooling?
No, but I feel like there's a big hole right here because I can't feel it. It's the weirdest feeling. So, anyways, I didn't text you that when I got out of the doctor's because I thought it would be kind of funny to be like, yeah, guess what? They pulled the wrong tooth.
Could you imagine, man? I mean, it happens,
Right?
but
Well, and down here, when I had braces, they had pulled one of the teeth because I had overcrowding and they pushed all the teeth together. They don't do that anymore. So I'm thinking, oh, maybe they miscounted because they
you were
called
missing
it
a tooth.
right.
Oh my God, maybe they did. I would be a freak.
I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so that's my freaking story for today. Oh, and yesterday I got pulled over. I didn't tell you that.
What? What
Yeah.
happened? Were you speeding in your
In my
your Subaru?
Lesbaru? No, I don't speed. I'm a slow
I
driver. No,
know.
no. So what happened was I was on my way to the chiropractor. So it sent me like back roads. So there was a car that had been pulled over and he left. And then the police officer was kind of pulling out. So I kind of waved him on and he was like, no, no, come on. I was like, all right. So I go. So I'm going slow. Boom, he puts his lights on. I'm like, what the hell? So I pull over.
Motherfucker, you set me up.
Right? Exactly. So he comes over. I got my license and my registration, and I'm like, I'm like, I don't know. Everything's fine. Like I didn't do anything. And of course, he's like, do you know why I pulled you over? And I'm like,
No.
no, why? And he's like, your headlight is out. I was like, oh, no, I didn't know that. He goes, the person that I had just pulled over, the same thing. And I was like, I literally was just at the, had my oil changed and stuff a couple of weeks ago. They didn't say anything. And he's like, oh no. So he's like, can I have your license and registration? And he goes back. Now I'm late for my chiropractor appointment. I gotta call.
Oh, because I know you said you were late.
Yeah. So I'm like, I gotta call him and say I got pulled over. So I mean, the kid was nice. Listen to me, the officer was really nice.
Was it young?
He was young, yeah. So he gave me a written warning. So in case I got pulled over again, I could show it to them and say, yep, I know about it. I said, I looked at him and I said, not for nothing. Cars these days keep your hands warm, warm your ass, but it can't tell you when your light is out. I said, I don't get out of my car with my headlights out. How would I know it? He's like, yeah, he's like, that's a good point. I'm like, why don't they make that?
A signal on your dashboard that
Yeah,
says light
something,
out.
right? Like
That
how
Noelle, you need to like incorporate that or whatever.
ooh, yeah,
Patent it.
right?
Patent.
Patent it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. So that was my last 2 days, and it ain't over yet. So craziness, craziness, craziness. How about you? How's things down in South Carolina, my
Well, it's
friend?
gorgeous there today, by the way. It's like 65 and sunny. So I was sitting outside for a little bit.
Oh, nice. It
After
snowed here today. Thank you very much.
yeah, but it's gonna get cold tomorrow. But it's been crazy here as well. My kids were supposed to come down today. Their flight just got canceled, so we scrambled to get them on another flight. But it doesn't leave till tomorrow morning, and they have a
Oh,
stopover, and then but they should be here by 11,
oh,
which
good.
is nice. And I have the day off, and we're gonna do some fun Christmas stuff with them. I'm just really bummed because I wanted them here tonight. That's one less day I get to spend with them.
Right, right.
So,
It's Meg, Billy, and the grandchildren, right?
yeah, make Billy and the grandkids.
So now I'm coming down next week with
Mm-hmm.
Julie.
Yep, I can't
I,
wait.
I know, me too. My flight better not get canceled. I'm telling
No
you
shit.
right now.
Spirit
Here,
is scaring me, by the way. I
I
swore
know.
by it, and now I'm nervous. Like I don't
Right.
know why they canceled this flight.
Yeah. Who knows? Yeah,
I
because
know
where
they
they,
laid off a whole bunch of staff, so I'm like, is it because they don't have enough? You know how they can only fly so much,
yeah,
and and then they have to take a rest, kind of like a truck driver. So I'm wondering, do
yeah.
they just not have staff to fly the late flight?
Well, that happened on my last flight down there. It was delayed because they were waiting for all of the people to get off of another flight, and they had like
To
the
come over.
yeah to come over to fly this flight, and I was like, oh gosh, that kind of sucks. But let's just hope that doesn't happen. But I don't know. So
Yeah, so that's me. I just, I was really bummed because it was they were supposed to come in tonight at like 10.
Yeah.
And then early this morning, I saw that the flight got delayed and they weren't going to land till 1. And so I was like, all right, but they'll still be here. We'll let them sleep in. We'll cook a big breakfast and then we'll go about our day.
So are you going to do the same Christmassy stuff with them that you're going to do with me next week? Are you going to be
Yep.
Christmased out?
No, no, I'm not. We're going to go to Conway. There's a Christmas parade that's in Broadway, down at Broadway at the beach that we're gonna go with them on Saturday,
Nice.
which
All right. Cool.
is, oh no. So we'll still have that to do. I want to take them to Conway probably tomorrow night. And I think we're gonna have to skip the marsh walk with them unless we do that Saturday night, which we could after
Okay.
the parade.
Well, if we need to change it up so you don't get too bored, we'll see. But I
I'm
have
not,
to go.
I'll be
I have to
fine.
go
I'm
to
not gonna get
Hallmark
bored.
Town. So tough crap.
We have to.
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
and we're going to that parade. Tonight is their tree lighting in Conway, so all the lights will be up
Yay!
in
Yay!
yeah.
Oh my gosh, I saw a thing, Cracker Barrel, and I didn't do it, but they're have a contest that you could do like a walk-on role on a Hallmark movie.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. So I was like, oh my gosh, I sent that to myself so I would enter it, and I'm gonna send it to you. So
I have to say, this season, yeah, I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but
no, don't say it.
wow, they
Why?
haven't been good.
Why? I've
I
watched
don't,
a couple. I don't know the
which
names
one?
of them unless you say them, and I'm just, yeah, I was baking all the gingerbread houses and I was watching Hallmark movies and they were okay. I mean, they were all the fucking same.
I know, but usually they're like, I felt like some of them were just really cheesy.
They were all cheesy.
No, there were
More
some that were
cheese, more
really
cheese than
bad. It was
normal.
like extra cheese.
Mm, that's funny. I guess I didn't realize that because they're always just cheesy to me. So,
Yeah.
oh,
So, yeah, I can't wait. I'm excited. I have some ornaments. The kids are going to decorate all that good
cool.
stuff. So
Oh,
it's going to be
fun,
fun.
fun. This weekend we have our annual gingerbread decorating thing. So I bake
Sorry.
these gingerbread houses, and then everyone comes over and they decorate them. So
That's a fun
um,
time.
yeah, it made 17.
Wow. Okay. Good for
Yeah,
you. That's a
yeah.
lot.
It ended up being, it was 24 pounds of gingerbread that we made,
Jesus.
gingerbread dough. Yeah,
That's a
crazy.
lot.
It is. It was, but it smells so awesome.
When you baked them,
And I baked them. Yeah, it only took me, I did some on Saturday and some on Sunday. So I don't know,
not
maybe,
bad.
no, so maybe 7 hours. It wasn't bad at all. And I watched Hallmark movies, so I kind of
Yeah.
caught up on stuff. Yeah, it was good. Hmm. So
Nice.
speaking of Christmas, Neiman Marcus has brought out their Christmas, it's their Christmas holiday book. So
Yeah.
they decided, it used to be the Christmas book. They've now decided to call it the holiday book because they wanted it to be more inclusive. Okay, if you look at the shit that's in the book, who is it inclusive of? Because it's certainly not
How
anyone
did you
that
get
I
the
know.
book?
Huh?
How did you get that? Because
I
you
just,
obviously, it wasn't meant to be sent to you.
right, exactly. I had heard about it, so looked it up online. So let me just tell you a couple of the things.
I was going to say, let's tell them what the book is so
Oh
they,
my gosh.
and Julie
So
will put up pictures.
yeah, so it's absolutely insane. So one of the things is this $90,000 porcelain experience that you go to Italy with someone. You can bring a friend, and it's
Ooh.
for 3 days. 3 days. You and your friend stay at a five-star hotel, and then you go to learn how to hand paint porcelain by one of their master artisans. And then there's also, dinner and stuff. But $90,000 for 3 days, who's being included in that? I'm certainly not. I don't make $90,000 in a year. And that,
Well,
if I
okay.
did,
So this book is not geared to you or I. It's geared to the upper echelon.
It's
The
gotta be.
Hollywood celebs, the CEOs, you know, the Bill Gates, that's who can afford this shit.
It's absolutely ridiculous. Like there's one of them that cracked me up. Like so mahjong. I guess I didn't realize mahjong is so popular. So in their regular catalog, they have a couple of mahjong sets, but this one is $20,000.
Could you
I
imagine?
want to play with it
Why? Why? Because I guess, Noelle, though,
because it's crystal.
if you, what if you dropped it?
That would be my luck.
Right. What if I mean, if you were like, it actually floors me that people can spend that money. But if you have millions and millions and millions, what's it matter?
Well, and the more I thought about it, I'm like, they've been doing this forever. So there's clearly people that are doing this and are buying all of this stuff. You know, like there's a pair of cowboy boots for $28,000. No, no,
How
no.
about the Monet refrigerator?
Oh, the Moet, yeah,
It's a champagne refrigerator, and in the picture it shows it's stock,
yeah,
but it costs 97,000.
yeah, $97,000, but it has a disclaimer.
Un
The champagne is not included, so it's a vending
uns
machine.
Yeah, unstocked. Like, what the fuck are you paying $97,000 for?
A vending machine. I don't understand it. Yeah, like why is the champagne not included? Like I don't get it.
Exactly. It should be included.
So this is my favorite one. The cost is $777,777 for this safari experience.
I saw that.
And I was like, I don't know where the hell they came up with the numbers, but so it actually sounds really cool. So you go to South Africa. It's a 5 night stay, and you go on safari, and then you go to a diamond polishing factory. I wonder if they give you a diamond. That's why it costs so much.
I was thinking that as well.
You know,
They must give you a
well, they give you two.
I gotta go. Be right back.
What? What just happened? Oh, maybe she had explosive diarrhea. All right, so we'll be BFFers.
Hold on, I gotta show you something.
I was like, did she have explosive diarrhea? What happened? Where are we going?
You see that?
The sun?
No.
I see the sun.
The lady?
No, it's all
It's a
blurry.
lady dressed up as a fool driving around playing Christmas music.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
She comes around every week. I wish you could see her.
Walk out there and say hi.
So cool. Okay. I wish the kids were here for it, but you can take pictures and everything with her. She's dressed up like a fool driving a convertible.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
I'm sorry, I heard her music.
I was like,
I had a breath and I had to run. Sorry, I was all excited.
I was like, what happened? What did she say?
Jim, I think I left the front door open. Whoops.
All right, so the safari, you do get 2 cameras. So each of the people that go on the safari get 2 cameras and a lens and whatever. So you're with a this professional, hold on, what's the word am I looking for? They're a professional wildlife photographer, and you get to keep the photos that the photographer takes. So let's assume that they're probably going to be worth some money to someone.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I like that. It's like I will never understand that because I'll never be that rich.
You'll
But
never have 700. So I feel like if you're super rich in $95,000 for a refrigerator that's a vending machine or whatever, it's probably like $5,000 to us. You
right,
know what I mean?
right,
It's like it doesn't matter. If you have billions of dollars, you're never running out of money.
right. But there are that many billionaires in the world that like can support this.
Yes. Well, there's hundreds of like Robert Kraft. He can buy that shit. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
right, right.
Any NFL star or Major League Baseball player or like high end like financial guys.
Like CEOs.
Yeah,
So speaking of CEOs, not that we're
this is a
changing.
crazy fucking topic, man.
Wow.
Crazy.
Yes. So the CEO of
United
United
Healthcare,
Healthcare
one of
was,
the branches of it.
yeah, was in New
New
York
York's.
for, it was a meeting or something, right?
It was their stockholder or investor meeting.
Yes, yes, yes. And he was, going to the meeting, and
He stayed
was it,
at a hotel across the street.
yeah, 6:45 in the morning. Someone came up with a hoodie on, shot him in the back, shot him in the leg, killed him.
So, have you seen the video?
Yes.
So they shot him in the leg first, and I think that's to wound him so he couldn't get away.
That would make sense. Now,
And
did you
then they went up and shot him.
yeah. And then they took off. I couldn't tell.
They
Someone said
they
that he
broke.
took off on a bike, and then
He did. He took
yeah,
off on one of those stupid e-bikes,
yeah,
the commerce bikes or what, the blue bikes.
yeah, the blue bikes, yeah, the electric bikes, right.
How did he not get caught?
Well, they have videos of him now.
He's
So they're
long
trying to
gone.
find him. Yeah, there's a local hostel around there that had a video of him, and they've posted that picture. What I want to know is, what did the CEO do that this guy, like, who's he
Did you
got shit
hear?
on?
Did you hear about the bullets?
No.
The bullets that they found, and I don't know if that meant they were on the ground or they were in him. I don't know. But there were three that had Sharpie written on them, and it was deny, depose, and deny, depose, and defend.
What does that mean?
Could this have been a disgruntled patient's family that was denied treatment and, the patient died? Who
Right,
knows?
right. Or maybe he boycotted the Neiman Marcus catalog.
But honest to God, it's like out of the a movie, out
Yeah,
of the script of a
yeah,
movie or
yeah.
whatever.
Well, they
What's the
say
saying?
that, yeah, true life is crazier than the movies and stuff. So, but that's where
And
they
if you
get all that stuff from?
True. And if you see the video, there's a woman
Oh,
standing
I saw
right.
it. She ran.
She was, poor thing, was probably having a sip of her coffee right at the door.
Right.
He didn't pay any attention to her. They said that's how you know that's a pro hit. He went right at his target. But the other thing is, who alerted him to let him know? Because the guy was like 2 hours early for the meeting that he was coming there. So wherever my thought is, maybe there was an inside person at the hotel he was staying at and said, he's on his way.
Could be. Could be. So, other than like Hallmark movies, do you watch like a lot of true crime stuff?
No, I mean, I just like that. I do like the docu-series and stuff, but I just find it so interesting.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh no, I do too. Like the serial killer stuff, I find that so interesting. Like it's insane. Like what makes their brains do that? So
yeah,
I understand the fascination with it for
yeah.
sure.
I mean, I just like I don't think they'll ever catch this guy because if he's a professional, he's long gone and in a different country.
Yeah,
Or if you said a hostel, maybe he's from a different country
yeah.
and was staying in a hostel. But they said they have something. He went in Starbucks and bought a coffee and like a granola bar. I think they said they found a phone. There's just like bits and pieces. And he went into Central Park, which is really smart.
Yeah,
And
because you can
probably
get
had a
lost
change
in
of
there.
clothes.
Yep, yep. So yeah, segueing into that whole thing. So your daughter just had a graduation. Hello. Your daughter just
Engagement.
had an engagement party down in Florida. And you had the cutest dress on. However,
I just didn't feel comfortable. I did feel comfortable, but then I get in my head and I'm thinking, so there were two instances. One was at my mom's birthday,
yep.
right? And so I thought I looked fantastic. I was
You
so
did look
myself.
fantastic. Yes.
And then, you ever see those videos? This is how I think I look, and this is how I really look.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
So I was like thinking I was like this beauty queen. I look great. My brother was taking pictures. He sent a bunch and I looked at myself and I was like, what the fuck? Did I really look like that all the whole time?
So I was there. I saw you. You looked fantastic. I told you you looked fantastic. But the picture you sent me was, and I don't know why we do this. We kind of lean in
Mm.
pictures now. I don't know why.
I
And
was
that just, so
scrunched and
your
leaning.
shirt kind of flows out this way. And you need to stop. We all need to stop doing that because I see that all the time. And it just, I'm like,
I was
that's
like,
not
what
what.
the fuck? I look like
No. So
I
the
hated
best
it.
part though was when you sent me the first picture of yourself and then you sent me it back and said, I had the dress on backwards.
It was the front was driving me crazy, right? Driving me crazy. I felt like it was lumpy because it was a one shoulder dress. So I felt like it was making my boobs look humongous. I just was like nervous. So I went down and I showed my mother. She's like, "No, it looks fine." I came back and I was gonna switch up my bra because I thought maybe it was the bra that was kind of making it puffy. And I
Yeah.
pulled it out this way and I was like, heck. So I was like, fuck, I have it on backwards. And it really kind of didn't make too much of a difference. But yeah, the dress that was for Lauren's party. And
I
it
loved
was
it.
a
Absolutely.
floral color, one shoulder. And I don't know. I felt good going in, but then it crept into my head of maybe I feel better than I look. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think we all kind of feel that way about ourselves, although I think you have it worse than most people because you're like out of the blue, you'll be like, yep, I fucking hated myself in that picture. And I'm like, what picture are you talking about? All right, we weren't even having this conversation.
I
And then I'm
know.
like, are you talking about the engagement? You're like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, good Lord. No, you looked fantastic. Your makeup
Thanks. I
was on
appreciate
point.
it.
Your yeah, oh my gosh. No, you looked great. Pictures came out awesome. So,
Oh,
but
thank you. But I just
yeah.
didn't like it. I felt like, and then you look back and you're like, oh, what was I thinking?
But no, we all do that. You think you look great. Yeah. And that was a great example. What I think I look like and then what I actually look like. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Be-
I found something on Instagram and I sent it to Noelle. And it was like a lady in sweatpants and a shirt. And she's like, what I think I look like.
and
And
then it was,
then, and then it
yeah.
was me, basically, what I really look like.
I know what. Well, it's like, when you go out or, when you're all dressed up and you got your makeup on and like you go to a wedding or whatever, and then you're dancing all night long. And then you look in the mirror when you go into the bathroom, you're like, oh my gosh, what happened? Like everything melted, or
No,
like what I,
seriously, you're like, wait, did everybody see how I look?
right?
Do I really look like this?
The worst is actually when I'm sitting in the chair at the hairdresser.
Oh,
Those lights are not flattering at all. Oh my gosh, I feel like I look like an ogre. They're awful. I hate
I
it.
don't know. I don't know if it's because we have that cape on or what the whole deal is, but
Oh, it's awful. Yeah, I think it's the lighting, it's the cape, because now you look like, you know, I don't know, a big
I feel
ogre.
like my boobs always look humongous in those capes.
They do. They do.
I'm
Yeah.
like, I always flatten it out or something. I'm like, why?
Oh my gosh, my lip is so weird. I feel like Jaja Binks. Blah, blah, blah,
Brr,
blah,
brr,
blah,
brr,
blah,
brr.
blah.
Hey, you look like a girl that had filler done.
Oh, nice. Oh my gosh, I sunburned my lips over the summer by accident. I forgot to put stuff on and they swelled up. And Dave just couldn't look at me. He's like, "You look like you've had like injections in your lips because they were so swollen." Oh my gosh, it was awful. Awful,
That was
awful.
me when I had the sun blister. My lip
Yeah.
was like so puffy, I could feel it. I knew it was coming too.
Too much sun, too much sun. All
I
right.
wasn't even really in the sun that long.
Did you forget to put stuff on your lips?
Yeah, I didn't have it with me because
Oh, that's what it
it was
was.
like 70 degrees out. So I
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, you didn't need it. So now that it's our favorite time of year, which is Christmas, I was reading an article and it was 15 Christmas specials that we loved but are not allowed today. So I was like, what the hell does that mean? So they started to describe like these issues with like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and
holy.
Charlie Brown Christmas and Frosty and stuff. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, I really hope that people don't take this serious. So
I
they were
think
saying
they do,
about Rudolph
Noelle.
Rudolph that it's a classic, right? And he's treated like anything but. The
He's
story
bullied.
follow Yeah, the story follows Rudolph and he's mocked and excluded by the other reindeer because of his glowing red nose. Today, the harsh bullying scene raises eyebrows as they send mixed messages about how to treat those who are different. It's a beloved special, but not exactly in line with today's message on kindness and inclusion. What? It's a fucking Christmas movie! Like, come on.
I know.
And then,
I know. I recently saw a comedian on TikTok that was comparing it's baby, it's cold outside because you know how that got shut down
yeah, yeah.
to WAP.
Right?
And the lyrics in that compared to the lyrics in
Baby, yeah, baby is cold
and he
outside. How
goes,
can you allow
that got canceled, but what ass
didn't?
pussy,
Yeah,
right? And you the words, Noelle, in that song, and it spent weeks at number one.
right. So and it's the same demographic that canceled Baby It's Cold Outside that put WAP at the top of the charts. Like, I don't understand. I understand a lot of it where it's coming from, but some of it I'm like, you're way reading into it so much more and you're picking and choosing. You're
Yeah.
not keeping this all inclusive. Not at all. So one of the things like Santa Claus is coming to town. I love that movie. That is so much fun.
Is that
The
Burgermeister
Burgermeister,
Meister?
Meisterberg, yeah.
I loved that one too. What are they saying about that one?
So the character, the Burgermeister Meisterburger, is a character who bans all toys, leading to a lot of kids being sad. It's a story about overcoming oppression, but today's audiences might find the us versus them message outdated.
Oh my
What?
God. It's a Christmas movie.
Right?
Every movie like that has a bad guy and a good guy.
Right.
Evil versus good, and good always wins. So
Right.
why is that a bad thing?
I don't know. Like even the
It's
little
not real. It's
it's
not real. It's pretend.
there you go. There you go. The little drummer boy. Now, this is based on the birth of Jesus and when he's in the manger. So
I never really liked that one.
no, I thought I liked it, but yeah, it was a little serious. So it does say the main character Aaron experiences some pretty dark moments, including witnessing the loss of his family and having to fend for himself. It's heartwarming by the end, but its emotional load and somber storyline might not be considered kid friendly today.
Okay,
Like,
can we talk about all the Disney movies?
right,
I mean, it's a movie,
right. Like
but they
it's
do
just,
the same thing. Like I feel like mostly every Disney movie had a parent that was dead or died.
yes, he did.
They were,
Bambi, Snow White. Yeah, absolutely.
Cinderella.
Cinderella. Uh-huh. Yeah, because
Beauty and the Beast.
it's kind of like not every great
Up.
story, like not every great story started with I was eating a salad and this shit happened. It was, hey, we were out drinking, and this crazy. You're not going to tell a really nice story without having some adversity. Otherwise, it's
Right.
just a boring story.
Boring.
Yeah, exactly. So, uh,
Another one we got
Mr.
there.
Magoo's Christmas Carol. Do you remember that one?
No.
Oh my
I'm
god!
sure I watched it, but I don't remember it.
Right. So they're talking about it. It was a twist on Charles Dickens, right?
Oh,
So
yes, right. A
Christmas
Christmas
Carol.
Carol.
Yeah. So it says while it's a funny take on the classic, some scenes are a bit grim, especially on how Magoo's character laughs off the consequences of his bumbling. The guy was blind, right?
But he still
So
drove. I never figured that out.
yeah, right. Today's parents might feel it makes light of dangerous situations or presents a dismissive view of older age. It's a cartoon. What is
And
wrong?
I mean, it's not going to change how somebody, oh, okay, well, he's a bumbling idiot. So now I'm going to think every old person is a bumbling idiot?
Right?
I mean, come on.
No, it's ridiculous. Yeah.
Do they have the Heat Miser one there, Year
They
Without a
do.
Santa?
Yep.
I
So a
knew it was
year
because they
without a
stopped
Santa
playing
Claus.
that for a long time.
Did they?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
So it says Santa decides to skip Christmas, which in itself is a pretty intense premise for kids. The scenes that Heat Miser and Snow Miser have a campy charm, but today this story might seem to be too drastic, as Santa is often portrayed as an endlessly jolly and resilient. The concept of him giving up could be seen as too cynical for a holiday special in these years. But
I love that was actually my one of my favorites.
yeah, mine too.
I loved it.
Yeah. And it goes on, like there's a couple of other ones like don't remember, or I never watched, like all of the other reindeer.
No, I
Um,
didn't either.
yeah, I don't know that.
Frosty on there?
Yeah, they said Frosty's very scary for children.
Well, because he melts at the end. So
Right.
that was I have to say it wasn't traumatic, but I used to cry all the time because I
Yeah.
felt bad.
Well, right.
But I loved it and watched it every year.
I know because he came back. You know,
I mean, if these kids can't take a little bit of
yeah,
realism or something, then I don't know.
right.
What,
What they can't.
how
They're
are
not
they gonna
able to deal with that
how
as
are
they get
they
older, right?
right? How are they gonna not get a job or how are they gonna lose their championship? You know what I mean? Things like that happen and you overcome them.
Right. Exactly. Well, like people these days, or parents these days that go in and apply for jobs for their kids. No. Your child has to apply for a job. That is
That's a
not
big
for a
red
parent.
flag for us.
Yeah.
Big. I mean,
I,
I if the parent reaches out, I'm like, okay, well, have your kid contact me. But if they come in for the interview with the parent,
no.
nope,
So
no,
I
no.
remember when I was working part time at Walgreens, and there was a lot of, high school kids, of course, working part time jobs there. And Walgreens is open 365 days a year. So they would say, oh, my mom doesn't want me working on Thanksgiving. What? Let me talk to your parents and see if that's actually true, because who cares? Like, and it doesn't matter. You signed up for this job. You knew that you were going to have to work a holiday. Like
Right.
that doesn't fly. What do you mean your mom doesn't want you working on Thanksgiving? Your mother understand. Well, sorry, maybe that was correct, because I would think that your mother would understand that that's what you signed up for. However, if the mother was coming in for the interview, then maybe she was like, "No, you're not working on Thanksgiving." Like,
Right.
I don't get that.
Huge red flag for us when that happens.
Yeah, that's just way too much. That's way over the top. Like, we worked. You had to take 3 buses and climb up a hill to, in the
And
snow
I
to
had
get to.
holes in my shoes.
Yeah, but that made us who we are. if we didn't have to do that, I
The
don't think we would.
society is soft. These kids are soft.
Yeah, the pussification of America. There, I said it. So, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, I agree.
I
I
mean, I
agree.
do. There are a lot of things that have changed for the better, for
Oh,
sure.
yeah, absolutely. From
Um,
when we were young. Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
Oh, definitely, most definitely. But just some of the things just kind of shake my head and like, oh no, 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 no.
No, I
All right,
agree.
what else were we going to talk about? Oh, so aging ungracefully. So I have an aging ungracefully, and we don't talk about this that much anymore. But my eyebrows. So they've always been turning gray, so I color them, which is fine. But now they're some of them are growing really long, and I swear to God, overnight, and then they're like waving at me, and they're like the
Jim gets
text
those.
the
He gets
texture, yeah, and the
the
texture of
caterpillars,
them is like Brillo. I don't understand.
like the hairs that are coming out of my face.
Oh my gosh, the chin and the like this I kind of I that I get, but the
Oh, I get
eyebrows,
random hairs right here. Look,
is it
that's
that
when I
long?
take. Oh, hold on. Sometimes it just curls back up, but yeah, it goes right here.
Well,
Let's
pull
see it.
it out. Oh, I see it.
No, no, I have a little.
It pulls you hit your skin. Oh my gosh. Well, my eyebrows have been doing that. It's like absolutely insane. And then they like it's literally they're so thick. Now I remember my grandmother, she just had white hair and she would always talk about her eyebrows, but she drew them on, right? And I remember saying to me, "Can you pluck my eyebrows?" I'm like, "Grandma, there's nothing there to pluck." She's like, "But I can feel them. They're crazy. They're like wires." And that's exactly what they feel like
I
little
don't
pieces of.
understand. Like I used to laugh when my grandmother would have her hair hanging out. Like menopause is not fucking nice to women.
No, it's not. You get
Why do we
heat,
have to go through all that? And then at the end, it kicks us in the ass on the way out.
right? So you get
Here's fucking
here.
black hairs all over your
Yeah,
face.
yeah, you get here in places that you really shouldn't have here, and you're losing here in places where you should have here. Like yeah, I don't understand it. I mean, I could see if it was falling out, but now it's growing in other places. Like
Why am I
what the?
getting hair on my face? Why?
I don't know. Is it your estrogen has gone
It's
down and your
one of those
testosterone is
progesterone,
stayed up? Like I
yeah,
don't
whatever
get
it
it.
is. It's one of those.
Yeah, I don't understand. It's
But I do
ridiculous.
have good news about the hair. My hair, knock on wood, is not falling out anymore.
Oh, good.
But it's not thick, but it's just not coming out in clumps anymore. Thank you, Jesus.
So what did you do
I
differently?
stopped taking the Nutrafol because it wasn't working. And I mean, it has nothing to do with, I think it was just this timing.
Oh, okay.
I don't
So it's
know. I didn't do anything to change it.
because you're still doing the shot, right?
Yep.
Oh, hmm. I wonder if maybe your body is now
I
kind of
must have
used
been going through that whole menopause right then and there
probably.
between getting my period for 3 months, right?
Yep.
My hair falling out in clumps.
Yeah. That
So I don't know. And now it's ended. And now I just have facial hair.
I remember a long time ago when I was friends with Kim, she had I mean, I don't want to, I violate any HIPAA or whatever, but she had some medical issues that she had facial hair. And she made me promise her, she's like, if I ever go into a coma or anything, will you come and shave my face every day? And I was like, yes. But then she ended up doing the laser, and it worked out great. So, but
That's
yeah,
awesome.
it was like awful. I felt so bad. And I'm like, so how does that affect someone that maybe has that issue? Does it go away with menopause or does it get worse?
I think it gets worse.
Oh, I can't. That would be awful. I can't even
You know
imagine.
what's awful is when your granddaughter says to you, Nana, why is that hair on your face?
Why are you not looking at your face every day and pulling
I
hair
don't
out?
feel it. I don't see it. Look, I
Well,
have another
clearly
one.
you do. You're pulling on it.
It's right here. I have another one.
We
One
went to
here and then one.
we, we went to go see Lenny Clark last year, and he had an opening act, this woman, and I can't remember her name, but she was great. And she was talking about midlife, and she was saying, like, when you get the hairs on your face or whatever. So of course, what's the first thing I do is I start touching my face, and she points at me and she's like, see, you know what I'm talking about. And I was like, oh no.
No, please, I don't. Not me. Don't pick me.
And then she was like making fun because M was with us, and she's like, "Yeah, you sexy little thing have no idea what that's like. You look so cute over there, and then there's your mother going like this on her face."
Yeah, not fun to get old, man. Not
Yeah,
fun at all.
but we have to stop thinking like that. I think that's a big part of you know why we feel so crappy is because we keep saying, "Oh, we're getting old, we're getting old, we're getting old." We got to stop thinking that way.
But we are.
Shut up! Stop thinking that way. What did I just say?
You can't.
Why?
Because I don't want to be old and I'm
You're
getting there.
not.
I look in the mirror and I'm like, I look like my mother.
You do.
Not that that's a bad thing, but
It's
I'm
not.
like, I'm getting old.
But if you look at your parents, you would never know they're in their 80s. They look great. So you have these phenomenal genes. Your Nana and your other grandmother, they did not look their age either. So take that and be
I know,
find
but my
comfort in
inside
that.
of my body knows I'm really that age because I get creaking. You know what I mean? My bones ache. Yeah,
Well,
I might not have a ton of wrinkles, but I'm telling you, when I get up out of the couch, I'm like crooked.
is that why you moved down south? You're one of those people that had to be in the heat because you're getting old.
No, I just like it down here.
Yeah, I don't blame you. All right. Is there anything else that you want to talk about?
I don't think so. I think we covered it all, right?
Okay, I think so too. Yeah, I can't think of anything else. All right, so we'll do our closing. All right, well, thank you for listening to us BFFers. We
I
hope
feel like
that
this was a bitch session
it
this
was a
time.
bitch session, but sometimes you have to do that. You
Yeah.
just get it out. So we hope you enjoyed this week.
This is what I'm getting done.
Stop it. She's pulling her face back. No, that looks ridiculous. Oh my gosh. So speaking of, did you see Donatella Versace?
Yeah, she looks great.
She looks awesome.
Yeah, I was like, wow, that was such an improvement. She looked really
Yes.
good.
Yes. So I mean, when I see all of those people that have all of
Somebody
that.
that can buy the 97,000 Monet.
Yeah, the $777,777 vacation.
Yeah, they can afford that.
Right. All right. Well, that's it for us this week, BFFers. Please remember that it is so much better to have a friend with two chins
Then two faces.
All right. All right. We will see you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday, my favorite saying.
All right. Take care. Have a good one.
See ya. Bye.
Bye. Sydney Barucci is a licensed massage therapist, structural integration therapist, stretch therapist, and Reiki master practitioner, specializing in myofascia bodywork, manual lymphatic drainage, and abdominal massage.
Her work is highly holistic and she always individualizes every session, utilizing a multitude of bodywork modalities to meet her clients' needs and get the best results when working with them to achieve their long-term health goals.
She can also assist you in diving into deeper healing realms using intentional and intuitive movement, sound healing, meditation, inner child honoring, mirror work, breath work, Bowen therapy, and the emotion code.
Her practice is located at 100 Trade Center in Woburn, Mass. She's open 7 days a week, and you can make an appointment with her at 781-999-3612.
Or also reach out to her by Gmail at sydneybarucci@gmail.com. That's SYDNEY barrucci@gmail.com. Also, check her out at bysydney.glossgenius.com or on Instagram at Sydney Barrucci.
You've been listening to Life's Journey with Best Friends. For details on any of the things we've mentioned in the podcast, including photos, visit our website lifesjourneybff.com. You can also email us at lifesjourneybff@gmail.com or visit us on Facebook, Instagram, or Threads.
Remember, no matter where life takes you, you are never alone when you have a best friend by your side. Until next time.